And hello and welcome. I am Face Mason.
And I'm Gweilo.
We are the Broheim Syndicate, and we are late as always here on Broheim Radio. Thanks for listening. And today's episode is going to be about the new Xbox Game Showcase reveal, man. But first and most importantly, how you doing, Brother Gweilo?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Just here, like I said, we're surviving the quarantine, especially with the Florida pandemic going on here,
That's
been
its own pandemic.
Well, it's been a dry summer. All bars are closed, so everybody got to stay home and relax,
Yeah. I mean, everything over here. The same thing. I mean, they opened up. I think it's phase 3 or 4 already. So all the Walking Dead are out on my neighborhood.
Oh wow,
it's fucking crazy over here, man. So let's just get right into this, man. So we watched the game showcase. I'm not gonna lie, I was impressed at first, but with the second run, that impression kind of dropped a bit for a couple of things, man. But first go at it, what did you think about it, all in all?
I mean, overall, I believe it was a much better presentation than the last one. So we got to see a lot of gameplay, which is what I really wanted to see, instead of just being a trailer fest. And I believe that I just want to see how these games are going to look on the screen and how it's going to be fun to play.
Yeah. All right, so let's start it off. They started off with what we talked about last time and what everybody expected them to, with the Halo Infinite trailer, which went into a demo. I guess showcasing, or them attempting to showcase what the new game was going to look like graphically. They showed a couple of new weapons. Gave us a date, letting us know that it'll be a launch title. Excuse me. My first impression again was like, oh wow, this looks pretty cool. Looking at it again and kind of dissecting the game for what this demo was, there's one thing that stood out to me, and it feels like something. Obviously, they've been setting this up for a while. They've been developing it for a couple of years. I think that Xbox One might have been the target for this one at first, and then with the plan for the Series X to drop, and for them wanting it to possibly be a launch title, they are pushing it to the Xbox Series X as a thing, and it shows in that. It shows definitely that there's some things missing, and it's not as feature rich as you would expect it to be. But then on the other hand, it's a demo. So maybe the final product will be indicative of what we'd like to see. But what were your thoughts on it?
I mean, well, we already know that Microsoft is going to go in hard with their heavy hitter, which is Halo Infinite. And looking on that game, you know how I feel about first-person games. And I mean, that's for me, that's not going to be the game that's going to convince me to get the Xbox Series X. No, the Xbox. Series X, yes. So, but in all fair, I mean, yeah, I don't know too much about it, but I do know that from what I read that there has been, at least they installed a grappling feature on that, so I believe that's new, and it looks like what you said, looked like it was going to be for the Xbox One. I mean, with the graphics and all, but I do believe that with the finished product, I think they'll polish it up, and hopefully it'll look rich and up to standard for this new generation coming up.
It was reported that I think today, matter of fact, or yesterday, it was reported that Microsoft is looking, or 343 Studios is looking to throw some day one patches in there that'll give it, some polish, because I guess they're reading the comments and a lot of people are saying the same thing. The game looked flat. Again, this is a demo, so we can't really go much on that. But this is our first sighting of something. They're starting off their showcase with this as a major thing. And they started off with the gameplay to show us, like, this is in development and this is where they are. If this is indicative of where they are or where they were when they built this demo, you're kind of hoping that we get something much better when it comes out.
Yeah, I mean, this is Microsoft, so when they're gonna put in a day one patch, I think they're definitely gonna deliver. I mean, they definitely hear the feedback and they know that what the fans want, and when it comes to that, they'll listen and they'll definitely want this game to look nice, especially at launch, because like this is going to be the start of this new console war.
Yeah.
So it'll be kind of messed up if they're going to put out a broken game like Fallout, but like, like this is Microsoft and
Bethesda.
not Bethesda, right? This is Microsoft. They take
God
pride in
damn.
their games, you
This
know.
damn cold, man. Oh,
It's find the gamma goobulin, son of
oh,
a
it's coming,
bitch.
man.
It's coming.
Uh, yeah. So holiday 2020 release.
Mhm.
They talked about, as you said, some new features as far as weapons and devices. The one big thing is making it a kind of an open world feel. They mentioned that,
Mhm.
saying that like this one stage that they showed was larger than a map than like two maps on Halo 4 and 5 combined, something along those lines. So they're making a large game. We know that for a fact. It's gonna be a much bigger game. And let's see what's gonna happen there, man. So next on the list, I'm going to say this after we we mentioned what this is, though. But so they showed a CGI trailer for State of Decay 3,
Mhm.
and I have to say this because I watched something today, and my sentiments was kind of echoed in the show I was watching. I hate CGI trailers. Well, as teasers, sure, but when it comes to these showcases, I don't get excited by watching a CGI trailer of something to come. I get more excited by getting some type of gameplay. It was a gameplay trailer, fine. I'm cool with that. I'm not the only person to say that. I want demos too. Um, CGI trailers, really, as good as they look, they don't give me a feel for what this game is going to be. So with that being said, with State of Decay 3, we know the first and the second games weren't the best looking games graphically. They really didn't do all that well. And for them to do a part 3 and show a CGI trailer and not really give us anything, and maybe those studios weren't ready, it doesn't do anything for me to just see, we're doing it and it's some cool looking thing, because it doesn't really nail what we're getting into.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to CGI trailers, I don't see why they can't at least show at least a couple of seconds of actual gameplay. Because, I mean, because if you're gonna make a game in development, I'm pretty sure they'll have some kind of beta testing on it. So even if it's not perfect, but just a little glimpse of what this game is gonna be game
Yeah.
wise, because no matter what, we're all gonna take this as a grain of salt, because a lot of these games are gonna look. Oh, I'm assuming they're gonna look a lot better when it actually comes out.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to State of Decay 3, I'm always, me, I love my zombie games. I have the first two, and I'm looking forward to see what this one's going to be about. But I do hope that they at least show some game footage, so at least we'll know what this game is going to be. Besides just shooting zombies, I mean, what's the premise of the story?
Yeah. I mean, we'll have to speculate like everything else. So then they showed next. They showed a Forza Motorsport trailer in the same vein that they've shown every Forza trailer, the same vein that Sony has shown us Gran Turismo trailers. It looks gorgeous. Like, this is, my God. Again, I think it's a trailer that's in engine.
Hmm.
But every Forza game that's come out in the last few of them at least, have always looked gorgeous. So we know that they're going to come out swinging, especially with Gran Turismo 7 coming. Microsoft has to go all out and make us kind of choose this over that one.
Hmm. Yeah, especially I guess with that game. I mean, this might be the game that I definitely want to play, especially get me back into the flow of racing games.
Yeah.
Because Forza, I mean, they showed how a lot of these stages are going to work out, and it looks amazing,
Yeah.
and
It looks so
it,
cool.
it makes me want to ride through the danger zone
The thing
because yeah.
it's the thing is, Microsoft has always done well with their games.
Hmm.
I could say like there. I'm not going to say there isn't a bad Forza game, just like I'm never going to say there isn't a bad Gran Turismo game. But the main ones of the series have, like, the last few ones have been fantastic.
Yeah.
And so I expect some sort of excellence on this one. I can't wait to play it.
I mean,
They definitely got me on that one.
this will be a good going up against Gran Turismo. I mean, with this new Forza game coming out, I think it's definitely good. It's definitely good competition, and especially if you, let's say, only have the currency to buy one of the consoles, and if you're big into racing games, so you'd be like, should I play Forza or should I play Turismo?
Yeah.
But me, I mean, from what they showed, I think I would definitely play Forza first.
Yeah, you'll love it. Both, any one of them you're gonna love. Trust me.
Right.
So next, we found out that Rare is making a game that's not the shitty Battletoads game we saw last year.
Now that's a rarity right there.
So I'm happy just for that. But Everwild, they showed this amazingly gorgeous trailer. The one thing I noted was this trailer definitely shows what they're using the new console for. Like all these technological features. You see some amazing things. This looks like it's all in engine. Excuse me. And it looks so crisp and so beautiful, man. I can't wait to see more of what this game is going to be.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a game that I like. It looks like it has like that cell shaded aspect of it, and like you said, this game looks beautiful. So I'm expecting it being rich in story, which is going to make you want to stay and play and see how the story turns out. And one thing I love about games since I was playing since I was a kid is the visual effects, especially even with this generation console, like how we, let's say, play 2D scrollers compared to its Nintendo predecessors composed to now with the technology. It's so beautiful. I mean, the backgrounds would just come alive. There's just so many things that they throw at you, but not like Battletoads. Battletoads is a piece of shit.
Yeah, that one. Oh my god! And
no,
they haven't. The funny thing, they haven't really mentioned it since that showing. We've seen a couple of videos after the fact, but after that, like, it kind of disappeared. And apparently, Rare is working on it and doing some things to it, but it hasn't been shown in any showcases since. But they thought they would show this one instead, and I think this is a good showing. Rare is a great studio. Rare has a lot of amazing IPs under its belt. To give them the opportunity to do something new is awesome. Hopefully, they look at some of the old stuff too and bring that back, because Rare's they're great. They're one of the, not, I'm not gonna say legendary studios, but they're definitely one of the, a well tenured studio.
Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of good IPs under their belts, and I mean, think about it. I mean, we're living in a world now that companies make money off bringing their old IPs, especially Hollywood, making all these remakes and whatnot. So I think with Rare, they should really look back at their backlog and see what they could muster up and see if the fans want to see a certain type of game. And I think with this presentation with this show, it's definitely a good game to showcase, especially with Battletoads. Good reason why they didn't decide to mention it, because I mean, with Battletoads, they threw so much at you at the same time, like it made it into one big mess.
Yeah,
So
I wasn't feeling that at all.
No, so I think this is a good presentation from Rare and Everworld. I'm definitely gonna keep my eye out for that, because I'm definitely gonna play that one.
All right, next on the list, Don't Not Studios, the makers of Life is Strange, which I know you love, had showcased their new game called Tell Me Why. Obviously, it was more than obvious that it was a Don't Not game. Like, it's like they have a style to them. You just know their games, and it's not even a bad thing. Like, they run with what works.
Yeah.
And so I can't be mad. So What I realized was it's coming out. The first chapter is coming out in August. August 27th was the date for the first chapter, which shows that this is an Xbox One game that will be upgraded to the Series X soon.
Mm-hmm. Good.
So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, like I love, like I said, games like Life is Strange, and with this, Tell Me Why. I mean, the games like that is definitely rich in story, and I love the whole decision making aspect where whatever decision he decides to do is a butterfly effect, and that's gonna affect the story some way, shape, or form, which makes replay value kind of good,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I mean, when I played the first Life is Strange, I mean, I did the most shittiest ending there is to that game. And makes you want to go back and be like, you know what, maybe I'm going to play as a good guy this time around.
Yeah, a lot of people do that, or they'll play it and kind of like I watched a couple of compilations where people reactions to their actual decisions, and if they
Mm-hmm.
would replay it again. And a lot of people say like if they were dicks, like I should have tried it this way, and they so again something that gives you great replay value, but story is everything.
Yes.
They bring emotion into it so well. They're a studio just like the guys who made A Way Out.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of on that level of great storytelling, man. Amazing storytelling, where choice is everything, and it actually like these things actually matter, and it's not just a bullet point. I've loved what they've done. I can't wait to play this one. I definitely can't.
I mean, and even when we talk about the No Way Out, I mean, A Way Out, I mean, the wrinkle at the end where they pretty much to pose the two players to go up against one another, because
Yeah,
the whole game is co-op, but
yeah.
at the end you find out the story, and then when they put that little wrinkle, you're like, oh, I'm sorry, dude, but this time I gotta kill
I
you,
gotta kill you guys. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Still
I
friends,
mean,
right? Frenzies?
yeah, we're friends.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean, like you said, story is everything, and definitely this way. Tell Me Why. I think I would definitely look forward to playing this game when it comes out.
Oh, definitely. So next, Moon Studios announced that Ori and the Will of the Wisps
Mm.
will be upgraded for Series X at 120 frames per second, 4K. The game already looks fucking amazing. Like how much more amazing can we make it look? This much more. Like that's what it literally. That's what the trailer should have been. How much more? This much fucking more. It's a gorgeous game. They had some issues initially during launch, some like performance issues. Once they got that shit fucking squared out, that game is so fucking gorgeous. It's kind of the standard for great art, for art direction on a platformer. One of the best looking games I've ever played.
Yeah, but when you put me onto that game, and then when you showed me the pictures and the video about it, and I was like, holy shit! And again, talks about these platformers and how the background comes alive, because I mean this game looks like a painting coming to life,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so then when they announced that they were gonna upgrade it, I still gotta play it. I still have the second one here. Before that, I still gotta play the first one. So I'm like, shit, man. I mean, the backlog is real, man.
Oh God,
And I
this is gonna
mean,
be fun
and I
as
can't
fuck.
wait to start playing this game because
You
this
are
game.
gonna love it. Trust me when I say that, man. Oh, it's gonna tug at your heartstrings. It's so good. It's what, yeah, definitely. Moon Studios cannot miss. Not with this series, man.
Now I'm wondering
Hmm?
if with this new upgrade for the Series X, did I don't know if they mentioned any new DLC or it's just a graphical upgrade.
It's
I
just
wasn't sure.
a full upgrade, but no, they
Okay.
haven't even released any DLC yet.
Okay.
So I'm not sure about that. I don't even know if they mentioned it when the game initially came out. It was going to be DLC, but I hope so. Like it's a good game. It's a great game, and to keep it alive, why not add on to the story in such a way? Some
Yeah,
people
I
like
agree.
if like a cool concept of it would be, okay, here's this graphical upgrade, or this full upgrade, and with that we're going to add on some new content so you can play into it. I think that would be an amazing idea for some studio to do, not just Moon.
Mhm.
So next they went into Obsidian, and Obsidian has an awesome history of being the guys who made Fallout and a bunch of other games. Um, they showed some DLC for their game Outer Worlds, which when it came out, the week it comes out, I remember a lot of different um, games news outlets saying this had this one common thing, and it was this is what Fallout is supposed to be. How if you want to know how to make a great Fallout game, just play Outer Worlds, right? So the new DLC is coming out called Peril on Gorgon. I don't remember them putting a date out, but it's Outer Worlds. Right, that's all I can say. Like nothing different. It's Outer Worlds.
I guess for Outer World, all I can say is first person shooter.
I knew it.
I just again I'll be skipping this one. I mean even though Fallout, the last Fallout game was horrible, but at least if Obsidian made a good game, as this Outer World. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's bad or good. I mean, I'm just saying like for me
It's not
it's
your
not,
cup of tea.
yeah, not my cup of tea. But if everybody likes that, then that's great. And maybe by watching that trailer, then that gameplay, I mean, if it's what you like, then I definitely, then you should go in and play it.
Yeah, I might get to it soon. I still got a couple more to play after I finish Ghost of Tsushima, so I'll get to it at one point. I'll get to it. I promise. So then, after that, Obsidian showed the game Grounded, which is
Mhm.
in my mind, Honey I Shrunk the Kids, the survival adventure game.
Yep.
Um, so here's the cool thing. I thought because I'd seen it, I believe I'd seen it on Game Pass or something, but I'd seen it in my Microsoft Store, and I thought it was out already. But what's happening is they're going to release it to the game preview program on the 28th of this month, and later it goes on the Game Pass for free. Now let's also keep in mind all of these games will be available for Game Pass the day they're released. And I think that's an excellent thing. Like Microsoft is really doubling down on Game Pass by showing a bunch of games that look, and they're going, listen, this is available day one, and you can play it. You can play it as a Game Pass member. It's all yours.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good way to preview games without buying it, because if you don't like it, then you just played it and you don't got to shell out $60 or $70.
Mm-hmm.
But with Grounded, I mean, it looks cute, and I love the way you play you play and you're like in your backyard and you're
Yeah,
shooting these insects. I mean, it looks really fun though, and
yeah, it does. It
um,
does.
and I believe it's co-op, right?
Four
I
player
think
co-op. Four player
four-player
co-op.
co-op. So even better, why not, play with some friends and just have a good time and shoot some ants. I mean, this game is definitely fun to play, and I would definitely recommend this one.
Yeah, let's see, man. I want to see what it is. When it comes out on the 28th, I'll probably end up downloading it
Hmm.
and giving it a try. Then the final one they showed from Obsidian was Avowed. This first is a first person RPG. Obviously, it gives you the feel of Skyrim and other like these epic RPGs. Um, I think there's other than that, like the trailer looked pretty cool, had a couple of gameplay elements in it, but nothing where I can sit there and go like, oh yeah, I want to see what this is. So hopefully they'll show some more in the coming months. I think there's another showcase coming. Hopefully they give us more about this in the next showcase.
Yeah, I mean, Avowed, like it didn't really grasp me, and like I said, with first-person games, I mean, I don't know. This game to me didn't really catch my attention, and when I saw it, it was more like, okay, like you said, it looks like Skyrim, but it really didn't make me want to wait. Be like, wow, I can't wait for this game to come out so I could actually play it. But
Yeah,
with this one, I think it's for me personally, it'll be. $70 in my pocket because I don't see myself playing that game.
Well, listen, Game Pass.
Yeah,
So Game
right.
Pass
Yeah.
Game Pass it. So next Interior Night showed a trailer of their new game called As Dusk Falls. All I got from it was it's an interactive game, based on these two families or whatever. I want to say kind of in the vein of what Don't Nod does, but I may be wrong because we just saw a trailer and nothing more. Like, it was no gameplay, just kind of a story-based trailer to give us a feel for what they're trying to tell.
It looks like a cross baby a cross between Life is Strange and Beyond Two Souls, especially because I think in the story it's the protagonist's mother that comes back, and I guess she guides them something.
Oh,
And
for the Don't Tell Me Why.
For this one, for a
No, this
dust.
is the one with with the family and the guy comes and robs the store.
Oh, that's what it was.
That's it. This is the one where where it's the little girl from her point of view, and then they get robbed, and then they show that this whole thing, and then it ends with her knocking on the door of one of the kids who robbed their family some time ago. I
Oh,
think
okay.
I think that
Yeah,
was it. Yeah,
yeah.
I
Because
think that's what happened.
I could have swore it was I guess I thought they showed where it was like a paranormal and it's like their
No,
mother.
that's Tell Me Why.
That's Tell Me Why.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
Tell Me Why.
okay. That's well, yeah. Okay, well, this one it plays like Life is Strange. A lot of decision making and whatnot, and but I would definitely, like I said, play this game for sure because like I said, I like games where you could actually control the narrative and make that decision and see what outcome you could do, whether it be the good or the bad. So and this game, I would play it. I can't wait for that one to come out.
All right. After that, Ninja Theory showed. Uh, Ninja Theory comes in, and I'm expecting some awesome Hellblade 2 stuff.
Mm.
And they come out and they basically give us an announcement stating that we're working on the game, and if you want to see some things about where we filmed it, like what influenced it,
Yeah.
just go on our website and look at some documentaries. Again, like, we don't need like this. It's unnecessary to tell us other bullshit. Like, just show me your fucking game. That's all I want. I don't care about the rest of the stuff. You can talk about that after you show me some awesome shit with your game. But I mean, don't give me old things we've seen and go, oh wow, look at this world. Like, don't do that. I remember they did that with Mass Effect years ago, but before Andromeda came out, and they just showed it was a trailer that BioWare was working on Mass Effect. And a lot of news outlets picked it up. Oh, new Mass Effect coming, and I was like, you showed them in an office working on a fucking game. Like, that's not exciting to me. Just, you could have saved that shit for fucking like just a regular day, and we would have been fine. And it takes away, and maybe those other games weren't ready, whatever the case may be. But you could have announced that somewhere else and left that time slotted for something either cool, like something cool to announce, or given one of your other games like the fucking Medium. You could have gave that more time instead of sitting there showing us, and telling us some bullshit. Like, oh, I hate that on both sides. I can't stand when they do that.
See, I think they know that this game is going to be good, so they're like, you know what, we're not ready to show you any gameplay, but we'll show you something that you already know, but we'll give you a little bone here. But if you really want to see where we actually took the inspiration and actually see the locale of the game, here you go. But yeah, I mean, it's like you want to like bite your fingernails because you're itching to see how this game is going to look, even though the first one was phenomenal.
Brilliant. It's a brilliant game. Like, I love, me, I love behind the scenes stuff. Like, that's the first thing I'll watch before I watch a movie when I get it on Blu-ray. If I can watch the making of the game, I will watch the fuck out of it. I have no problems with that. At this point, I'm trying to find excitement and in what's coming, and I'm trying to find a reason to buy your system and to show me, okay, so excuse me, don't forget Hellblade 2 is coming. We don't have anything to show you, but if you want to see the locations,
See, but that's when they show you Halo Infinite.
see, but they did, but we knew that was coming. We knew Halo was coming. After and I was gonna wait till the end of after we go through everything to say we'll talk about this, but after what Sony has done with their reveal, what they've done is they've put out a hand. They have a hand right now that's so fucking powerful. They put out a bunch of games. You and I may not have like 3 or 4 games out of the fucking 20 they showed. We were locked in from the moment it started to the end, with a couple of moments where we could take a bathroom break. That's it. The one important thing, and I'll elaborate on this more later, is that we knew from on the Sony front, we knew that all these games that came after the GT5, GT7 reveal, well, actually no, including that, all these games were being shown coming off of PlayStation 5. None of these games were being shown off of PC. The one problem we've had so far is we know everything's being optimized for Series X, optimized. You see all that, but we don't know what these games are shown off of. So the one thing we're looking at when we're watching this and we're saying to ourselves, is this what this game is going to look like on the Series X? Because we know how it looks on a PC right now. So, going back to all that, you have a situation where, you have an amazing set of games here. Hellblade is something that's anticipated by a lot of people because the first one did really well. Why can't you show us a little bit of something? That's a game I'll take them sitting in an office and doing a 5-minute documentary on there, like, this is what we're planning to do, this is what we're looking to do. Whatever the case may be, I would love that coming out of it. But locations, really? This is what we came to see? Negative.
I mean, that's why, like, when you were talking about the Sony presentation, like, Sony itself said, like, we're going to make you, if you're going to invest in this console, we're going to make sure that you're going to be playing the hell out of it, whatever the price may be. So when they came out with their heavy hitters back to back, a lot of exclusives, a lot of gameplay, which is what we all really want to see, and it was native to the PS5, which we already know this is how it's going to look. Spider-Man Miles Morales looks fucking amazing. That locked me in already, just in getting that system. More like with Microsoft and what they're bringing to the forefront with their presentation, and I said before in past conversations, like, they're more of a consumer friendly, which I do admire them for that. When it comes to the smart system, they definitely want to push that and let you know that, hey, these games, even if it's going to be for the Xbox One, smart delivery is going to be the way when you decide to get the Series X. And when it comes to, even with Hellblade, like, I agree. Like, I really don't want to see what locations, or them talking about, what locations they chose to make this game. But I want to see gameplay. Like, even if it's only a minute. I mean, you don't have, even if it's a stage that you completed and it's only like a minute of gameplay, then showcase that, because we already know that maybe if this game isn't ready and you're showing it anyway, we know that this is not the final product. But you're giving us the confidence in saying, like, okay, when this game comes out, I could see myself picking up the controller and playing this thing instead of just watching a trailer for it.
Yeah, exactly. See, and oh my God, man! Like I told a friend of mine earlier today, Sony's the cool uncle that you go out and do everything crazy with, and Microsoft is the dad. Is like, hey, I'm cool. Like, that's what these reveals feel like. So next, I'm trying to see, make sure I don't get lost here. Psychonauts 2, Double Fine. I'm happy as fuck that we're getting Psychonauts 2. Part 1 was fantastic. Um, I wish we were getting a Beyond Good and Evil 2. But anyway,
you and me both.
but they brought Jack Black in to sing this track, and the trailer is so fucking trippy, and that stage looks so fun. It kind of it was this weird trippy Willy Wonka-esque type of stage, and graphically, gameplay wise, it looks so fun. Like Double Fine, they're not going to miss with this one, man. I think that they got me. I'm definitely buying this damn game.
Yo, I never played a Psychonauts game, but when I did see that Psychonauts 2 and how psychedelic that looked, I mean, it was like everywhere. It's like, yo, this game is a trippy as balls type deal, and then to have Jack Black singing in the background, I mean, you can't get any more trippier than that, man. I mean, it's like everywhere. I mean, weird shit here, weird shit there, and it's a platformer. So it's definitely a game that it caught my interest, and I'm excited. And this one, I can't wait to play it, and I'm glad that they actually showed quote unquote gameplay of it, because that's what sells, and that's what. And by not even playing the first one, but I did see the second one. I definitely want to see this game. I definitely want to pick it up and play it.
Yeah, definitely. After this, they showed an exclusive launch trailer of Stalker 2, and we were talking before the show about Stalker and how crazy the history of Stalker is, especially this game with being announced 10 years ago and being canceled 2 years after that, and then being re-announced 2 years later or 3 years later, and then going just into the ether. Nobody had any clue what was going on, into limbo, and now again re-announced in 2018 with the hopes of them getting a publisher, and now it's being announced and released on the Xbox Series X. Man, what do you think?
And I thought The Last Guardian was bad. Because I remember Last Guardian was originally for the PS3, and we wound up getting on the PS4. And I guess because it took this long hiatus, because we really didn't know what was gonna come out. Like Beyond Good and Evil, like that.
Damn, that cold. You all right, man? You gotta do something with that cough.
Damn, man, shit. I don't know, man. It's like these damn games get to me for some reason, man.
Shit.
But I mean, with Stalker 2, I guess originally, the part 1 was PC first person, and seeing part 2 looks, the trailer, because that's all we saw, it looks good, but what I'm hoping and what I'm expecting to see is, if it's going to be another, let's say, first person game, but I'm hoping maybe they'll, since it was pretty much in development for 10 years, maybe they'll put in a third person option on it, man.
Well, no, the thing is, it wasn't in development. Like it might have been and just went into development hell, and then we'll see what they're going to do now with it. I think they're gonna go first person straight out. So that'll be another game you'll overlook. But it's because of development hell. You kind of get a little concerned about the ideas that they have. Like, are these ideas 10 years old? Are they coming up with new ideas because of new technology? Like, you're hoping for the best this is 10 years that this game has just been out there. So hopefully they come up with something really, really good. If it looks good enough, I mean, if it's as good as what like Metro was, or Metro is, then I'll look into snatching that up as well. But again, just a trailer to let us know it's coming.
Like you said, I mean, and this bad when you see like a lot of these games going to develop in hell, because it might have a good beginning, and then what I'm afraid it might have a bad outcome, like Andromeda and
Hmm.
like Anthem. I mean, when you have a studio that doesn't know what the hell it's doing, and it's taking so long for this game to come out, it's like, do you know what you want this game to be? And that's my fear. Like,
Hmm.
whether it be third or first person, I mean, any game, period. Like, if it has a history of being delayed, especially for 10 years, it makes me want to question, like, do I want to take a chance and actually get this game, or oh, nor me, I'll just wait and to see if there's a review on it, and
Hmm.
I'll take my own judgment upon that. But a game like Soccer 2, it's I, as far as quality or gameplay, I'm gonna have faith on this. I'm gonna put a little question mark on it, and hopefully it delivers.
Yeah. Next on the list, another trailer, but a cool looking one at that, man. Warhammer 40K Dark Tide is being made on the Xbox Series X.
Mm.
It is another launch exclusive, looking to be on Xbox Series X and PC. It's 4-player co-op. It looks so like that trailer makes you wonder what this game is going to be about. The trailer looked good. That's all I can say. The trailer looked real good. The lore of Warhammer is really kick ass. I know a lot of people who are fans. Um, I want to see more before this title launches. We have a few months left.
Mhm.
If they have another showcase coming, that showcase better be 8 hours long. They better show us all the shit we need to see. It's just based on this alone. But yeah, it definitely looks cool, and I hope this one is as good as the trailer looks.
Oh, I mean, I love online co-op, and I think that's what makes a game so much fun. With Warhammer, let's say we play it. I mean, I'm looking forward to just having to play, having awesome good time just playing co-op online.
Yeah,
But like you said, the trailer looks good, but I want to see more what this game is. I want to see
yeah,
what this how it's gonna look, before I make any purchases. And I think that with this, especially with Microsoft, still not letting us know how much this thing is going to be, but
mm-hmm,
we need to
mm-hmm,
see gameplay, though. We need it because, I mean, God honest truth. I mean, we all work hard for our money, and we want to
yeah,
get the most bang for our buck, and this is the time where that's why, when it comes to social media, I love it because it gives us a platform to voice our opinions on
yeah,
these things and what we're
mm-hmm,
expecting to see, especially if you want our money,
yeah,
and
definitely,
so we definitely
definitely,
want to see more gameplay. If you're gonna call, and I hope Microsoft listens. If you're gonna do a trailer, okay, but incorporate a little gameplay, even if it's 10 seconds. Give us something to look forward to instead of a big question mark. Because
mm-hmm,
money is money, and we work hard for it, and we want to make sure whatever we spend it on, we want to get a full investment on it. And with Warhammer, I definitely want to see gameplay this time around. Hopefully, in the next Inside Xbox, they'll give us that gameplay.
yeah, yeah. I hope so too, man. After that, the Tetris Effect. This game is so fun, and to get it on the Xbox as its own little exclusive, this is going to be super fun to play, man. Like this is something like a family game, playing local online co-op, all that stuff. This game is definitely going to be great.
Yeah, I remember when you told me the history of Tetris. It was crazy, and you actually gave me the NES version of Tetris,
Yeah,
which, thank you, by the way.
no doubt.
you know and but this, I mean, to see Tetris coming for this console coming up, and the way it looks, I definitely want to play this one, because going back to to the day of NES. And to me, it's almost like a callback to
Mm-hmm.
those good days of puzzle games, and and I played it on the Game Boy, and it was kind of hard playing it because the Game Boy is like, it gets blurry and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
but but seeing
Is
what they
that the
did.
last time you played it? Was on the Game Boy?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
God,
We're talking we're talking about the first Game Boy. They had to buy the actual light that attaches
good
to the screen.
lord! You haven't played a Tetris game since then?
Since then, my brother,
Oh,
since
good
then. So
God!
now if I play when I play this game, it's gonna be a rude awakening because it's gonna be a game that's been re-envisioned in its glory. I can't wait.
No sense whatsoever. Oh, okay. Oh, next. Wow, I did not know. I did not know that at all. Okay, so next, the gunk, dude. That shit.
I love it.
The name is awesome. I can't lie. Like when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh no, another stylized game." And then when that gameplay started, I was like, "Yes, we're buying this game. This game looks fucking fantastic. It is so beautiful." Um, by the makers of SteamWorld, it's one of their games, and I'm it's on the list. It's definitely on the list.
Yeah, because to me, like, the art style looks a little bit like Jack's, but what's cool about it is that you can actually it's a 3D platformer, and you could just you have your vacuum gun, you just like suck up all that gunk in there, and yo, when you I mean when I saw that, I was like, yep, there's the fun factor in it, and I am so hyped. Like, it's definitely going on the list. I only had to see it for a couple of seconds, and just to see that the gameplay, I'm like, yo, this is going on the list because
Yeah.
I am so hyped.
Yep, and it's exclusive on the Series X and the Xbox One.
So would this game be day one on Game Pass?
Yeah, every game, from what I remember, every game we saw today is day one Game Pass.
All right, that's good. That is
So
good.
that works out definitely. So my favorite game of this reveal, um, the Medium, and the one thing, we're both massive fans of the original, the first two, maybe the third Silent Hill, but we're big Silent Hill fans. I remember when the hopes that a Silent Hill game would come out with Kojima and Konami, and that went to fucking hell. The Medium is that Silent Hill game. It looks like that Silent Hill game we've been waiting for. So they mentioned this one thing, and you were the one that got excited about this, which made me excited about it too, was dual reality, the dual rendering of these worlds and simultaneously. I was trying to figure out. You had asked a question, which was, can you switch between these worlds in real time at any given time? And I still haven't found the answer to that. But they definitely got my vote here. This game looks so fucking good, man.
I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, this game, man, the Medium, when they showed it, the first reveal, I was already I was already hyped because I already knew it was from the makers of Silent Hill. They definitely put in their heart and soul into it, and we love survival horror and the whole supernatural aspect of it. But then
Mm-hmm.
when we got to see like a little bit more what this game is going to be about with the whole dual reality thing, and that what really got me curious because is it gonna when you play it, is it gonna have a specific point in the game where you're actually playing it, let's say split screen with your present self and your future self? That we don't know, but
Yeah,
that's something that, it's innovative, and definitely would want to play this game day one when it comes out.
yeah. Same here. Same here. Okay, next, Sega comes out with and announces. Well, I can't say Sega comes out, but that big Sega logo pops on, and
Sega
Phantasy Star Online 2, New Genesis, and I was kind of super hyped because the only PSO game we have here now is on the fucking Vita.
Is that still around?
Yes, for someone has one, and so to see that it's coming on the Xbox, which I think they had announced last year, or had they had had you thinking and implied that they were going to do it. To see it's going to come out on both systems, Xbox One and Series X. With Xbox One being the first one, Series X coming later on Game Pass. Real time, it's going to be good. It was fun when it was PSO1 on a fucking Dreamcast. Like, even though like the fans held it together, it's a pretty kick-ass game. Is this something that you would get into?
Well, I was surprised, first of all, when they made that announcement, because I thought, because this is an old IP, and like you said, just came out during the Dreamcast era, and I heard about it. I never owned it, but I remember you always talking about it, and actually seeing this game looks really amazing. And I'm guessing it's going to be online, and I would definitely play it if it's definitely, let's say, if it's co-op, let's say, I would definitely do it. I mean, it looks beautiful. Final Fantasy 2, no, yeah, not Final Fantasy 2, right? It's All-Star, the game that we were just talking about. I said Final Fantasy.
Fantasy
I don't know
Star.
what Fantasy Star.
Yeah, Final Fantasy.
My bad.
Yeah,
but I would definitely. I would try. I would check it out. It is definitely interesting, and I would definitely play this game, and in the future give you my thoughts on it.
Oh yeah, I'm playing. That's a definite one. So then Remedy. I'm still trying to figure out our Remedy an exclusive studio with Sony, what's going on with that, but whatever the case may be, Crossfire X, that trailer, it stated that it was rendered in-engine. That trailer looks so fucking good. Reading up on it, found it to be that's going to be a multiplayer game, PvP, but still, like, I can't deny the fact that this game looks fucking, like, that trailer looked awesome.
I mean, who knows what Remedy is? I mean, is it PlayStation, Xbox? It feels like a girlfriend that would basically give the guy a blowjob and then go back to the boyfriend and give a slappy kiss on the mouth. I mean, what the fuck, Remedy? I mean, make up your fucking mind already. If you're gonna go with Microsoft or with Sony, don't fucking do that shit, man.
How are you mad?
I'm mad because it's like, yo, make your fucking point already, dude. It's like, yo, if you're going with Microsoft or you going with Sony, fuck that.
We're getting good games no matter what, so it doesn't matter.
Loyalty is what I'm talking about.
Oh, good God, man. But,
I'm worked up. I mean, the trailer, it looked good, but first person again. It's some, I mean, I wouldn't play it. I know, and I love Remedy games. I mean, I played Alan Wake, and that was, I mean, that's the reason why I bought the Xbox One, and I got to play that. And Remedy they do play good games, man. I mean, they do, then you have, like the last game that they had, what was it? The one with the girl,
Control?
The Control, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. That was such a good game too, and playing the DLC for that, and looking forward to the third one. I mean, Remedy they put out good games, and I guess with Crossfire X, it feels is I guess it's a different type of game than what I'm accustomed to, especially from Remedy. I'm not saying that it's bad, not saying that it's good, but it's if you like that sort of stuff, it's worth giving a check out. And especially if they show more game trailer, then you pretty much make your own decision if this is a game that you would like to play or purchase or wait when it becomes more cheaper and play it then.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And then they ended the conference, which it's funny because you figured it out 2 seconds into the trailer, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" But they showed that they're dropping Fable, man.
Yeah, a nice trailer. I just want to see how it's going to look. I mean, we all know what Fable is. To be announced in the with the new generation console, I'm expecting a graphical masterpiece. I'm
Mm-hmm.
expecting a linear game that's going to be long. How long? I mean, I'll take 20 hours to 30
Well,
hours.
there's gonna be more. It's Fable, trust me. This is gonna be like they're gonna go big with the Fable game. This is something we've been asking for this generation for a
Mhm.
long time. So, I mean, they listened. They just listened years later. But again, just a teaser. Nothing important. Just it was funny. That's it.
But I think they could get away with this one though, because it's Fable.
I mean, yeah, it's just a cliffhanger, something to leave it on, and I'm fine with that. Um, I still just hate trailer. I just anyway, any fucking way. My God, man. But yeah, other than that, man, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it?
Presentation wise, if I was to give the last one, if I was to give the last one a 5, I would give this one at least. I'll give it a 7.5 when it comes to presentation, and just because most of it is definitely they show gameplay with a lot of the games. And the reason why I didn't give it a full 10 is because we don't know, there wasn't a price reveal. And I think that we're already going up to August, and not knowing how much this thing is going to cost is driving me, and I'm sure everybody else, crazy, because if we got to save up, we need to know how
Mm-hmm.
much will this cost. I mean,
Yeah.
I understand you want to play the pointing game with Sony, and Sony's doing the same thing. No, you go first. No, you go first.
Yeah.
I mean, like, at one point somebody's gonna have to bow down and be like, you know what? Okay, I'm going first. We're confident we're gonna sell it at X amount of price, because they already know, pricing is everything. We all know Sony won this console because pricing was key. Besides the exclusive, pricing was the key. It was $100 cheaper than the Xbox One, and when you look at it, that's a game and maybe yeah a game and a used game, or maybe a game and an extra $10 more. You get another controller,
Mm-hmm.
but but to play this safe at so close to being, when these games or these systems are going to launch, I think you're yeah, I think they're being, inconsiderate to the consumer. I think that, you know, just let us know already. Cut the bullshit. You know what you want to sell your systems for. Just say it already. Give us an opportunity to save X amount of dollars. So when we go out there in day one, we already have the money. Or if we buy both, we buy both. Or if you have only one, like I said before, only one, when it comes to disposable income, if you only have money to afford one, then we can make our own decision.
Yeah.
You know, Smart delivery is good. It's good. You're not punishing us to get the Series X.
Yep.
It's good, but at the same time, it's not a selling point for me to, if I had to choose, I'm gonna get the Series X over the PS5. PS5 for me, if I had only let's say $500, I'm getting this PS5 first, just because they showed to me what they're about already. They showed to me, like, if I'm going to spend $500 on the system, they already show me, like, yo, you spending this money, we're going to show you, we're going to give you a reason why you just spend $500 on the system. And that's why I'm going for manga PS5 if I only had the money to buy one. But if I could get both, I'm definitely getting both. But if I only had money to buy one, for me, it would be Sony just because their presentation showed more. And when it comes to product, they're the leads and they're telling you, hey, you got money, this the money that you're gonna spend on this system. Well, we're gonna be giving you a reason. Where Microsoft is like, we're not gonna make you we're not gonna make you I guess force you to shell out this money because some of your games could be patched up to the smart delivery, which is cool, but that's not, to me, is the selling point for that system.
Yeah, no, definitely. Um,
What about you? What
I
do you think?
I think like so when you look at the past, right? If we
Hmm.
had an E3 now,
Hmm.
Microsoft is always the one that shows its hand first. Goes on a Sunday or goes out on a Sunday, does his E3 conference first. Sony comes out Monday, does what it does, whatever. Sony's always ran their conferences based off of what Microsoft has done. If Microsoft goes hard on their conference, Sony's going to find a way to make some changes and go just as hard, if not harder.
Hmm.
Um, the one time that backfired was when the PlayStation 3 was revealed. The PS4 reveal was something that Sony had adapted well enough that they escaped all the fucking bullshit that came, and Microsoft got fucking slaughtered. And excuse me, even though they recovered well enough, they're still behind a billion consoles, whatever. And I'm exaggerating, obviously. Um, it's smart for Phil Spencer and his team to play things so close to the chest. It's smart for them to wait, even though they have said that they have, some leniency as far as pricing and everything is concerned. It's smart for them to sit here and go, you know what, this is what we can do. A blah 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 blah. I'm not surprised that they didn't bring out a price point at this one. I made a note earlier today when I watched it for the second time, and it kind of came to me this way. With these smaller shows, because there's no E3, with these smaller shows, you have a lot of them not putting out a lot of detailed information. So we found out about the Series X because Phil Spencer dropped it on his blog. Like, here's on his Xbox blog. Here's what the Series X is going to do. Here's what all these things mean. They brought people up to their campuses up in Richmond, and they had them play with the Xbox Series X. Take it apart, build it back together. Those things showed people what they were what they had built. Sony sometime later revealed their console, and it wasn't as exciting, obviously. And there were some questions to be had, and they're doubling down on certain things. Microsoft was doubling down on something else. I think how I'm looking at it, like, I want to know what this price is going to be. I want to know exactly what everything's going to be. I want to know how much all this stuff is going to cost us in the long run. The problem is that we're not going to get that. We're not going to get that because Microsoft is at this point where if they throw this shit out too soon, Sony's going to kill them again. Because Sony's up ahead. People are already talking about buying a PlayStation without any care of how much it's going to cost. So Microsoft has to play it safe right now. Not even how safe, but when are we going to get a fucking price point? Are we going to wait till like October to finally hear that it's going to be $500-$600? And if that's the case on Sony's end too, is that going to be something that's going to deter people from getting the console? Because obviously, economy's in a shithole right now. A lot of people don't have this income to just go
Hmm.
out and shell out $500-$600 for this console, as far as that console, just like you said. not everybody's going to be like you and I who are looking to get both consoles day one. So Microsoft, again, as we said in previous shows, they have to give us a reason to pick theirs over Sony's. What they're showing us, what they've showed us today makes me go, I'm going to get an Xbox. It doesn't make me go, I'm going to get an Xbox instead of a PlayStation 5. That's where we have to be. Sony has me now, even with all these features like smart delivery, even with the full backward compatibility. I love what they're doing with Game Pass. And we didn't mention this, but Game Pass is adding xCloud to the mix for Game Pass Ultimate members. So it is all these things that they're doing. It makes you go, okay, I'm getting this system. I will get this system. Am I going to spend the $6 or whatever on this system and forget that the PlayStation 5 exists for a moment? Well, what this lineup has shown, no, not yet. And that's where we have to be. Like, this is what we have to look at right now. We have to see what's going to happen on that end.
So overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate this presentation of Inside Xbox composed to the last one?
7. The other one was a 5. We had a couple of moments where it's like, oh, that's cool, that looks cool. Trailer. No gameplay. Oh, this is what we have coming. They have they have a good amount of exclusives coming, even though like they're not really pressing that they have a good amount of exclusives coming. But yeah, it's a similar beat. Halo Infinite looked good. It looks like a Halo game. I'm a fan of the franchise, so I'm going to get it. But again, it's just not. It's nothing here that makes me go, I'm getting this instead of the other guys. That's where we're supposed to be at. We should have a hard decision to make right now. We don't have a difficult decision to make at all. And that's what I've been thinking about.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're right. Absolutely right. I think that when it comes to play it safe, I think to me it's good you want to play it safe, but at the same time, it's also a negative way of looking at it, because I understand the next Xbox and Sony, whoever goes first, they either or they're gonna try to undercut the next. But like I said, even when it comes to Marvel and the DCEU, if you're confident in your brand and if you're confident in your IPs that you own, then I think that if you play it smart, no matter what, you're gonna let that be its selling point, And I think that whatever they decide to put the system at, they have to be comfortable that they're confident that this is the amount of money that people are going to shell out for these systems. And the thing that what holds Microsoft back is they really didn't show that when it comes to their IPs and gameplay. Not like with Sony that they're giving you all these exclusives and showing you how these games are going to look, composed to what Microsoft is like you said, doubling down. And they'll talk about Game Pass, which is awesome. They'll talk about backwards compatible, which is the reason why I own an Xbox, and I commend them for that. But now we're almost on the eve of this new generation console, and they have to let us know, like, be comfortable on both parties. You already know what what you're asking for, but you have to be realistic about it. Forget what the other competition is doing, because even though let's say for the sake of argument's sake, Xbox Series X will be let's say three. Just let's just say it's 350 for the hell of it. Sony has to be like, damn, they're gonna sell they're gonna sell their system for 350. How the hell are we gonna beat that? So if Microsoft is comfortable with that and they know they're gonna make money, now it forces Sony to, let's say if they wanted to sell it for $499, now they could, But now with the pricing, a lot of people might say, well, Xbox is going to be a more friendlier, consumer friendlier system, and just by looking at the price point, I could dish out now this money and get the next generation console
Mm-hmm.
now, and I could wait on Sony, you know.
Yeah.
So either way, they both have a difficult decision to make, wherever pricing it may be, but be comfortable with what you have. Be comfortable that with the IPs and the game library that's going to come out with these systems, that's going to sell you the console. Features to me are secondary. It's all about software.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why, like you just said, a lot of people are already going for the Sony route, because they're showing us the software for these systems, composed to like Microsoft, where they showing more of the features, more of what they're trying to push, smart delivery and all that stuff, which is all great. But to me, software is key. Pricing is definitely key, and I think that both these companies should just pull up their big boy pants and just be like, you know what, boom, here you go. You make your own deliberations, and let us decide.